Testing, testing, testing.
Amy, can you hear me? Amy,
Yes, sir.
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, sir.
Do you have the Attorney General or the Secretary of State there?
No, we do not yet.
Not yet? Okay. We got a couple minutes.
Okay. Governor, the Secretary of State's coming, but I have not seen Attorney General Ford.
Thank you. Is just two of us a quorum if he doesn't show? Oh, here he is now.
Good morning. I thought you were gonna be down south, or up north.
No,
How you doing?
I'm leaving in the morning.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. I'm on time, right? I'm not late.
No, you're on time.
Okay, you scared me, like you was already moving.
No, not at all. I was just asking her if you were up there or not.
Oh, yeah, I'm down here. Oh, there's Cisco.
All right, we ready? All right, I want to call to order the State of Nevada Board of Examiners meeting scheduled for February 14th of 23 at 10 a.m. Could I ask the clerk to take the roll, please?
Governor Lombardo,
Present.
Secretary of State Aguilar,
Here.
Attorney General Ford.
Here.
Let the record reflect we have a quorum, sir.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to agenda item number 2, public comment. Do we have anybody there in Carson?
Nobody's rushing up to the table, sir.
Anybody rushing up the table here? Are you here for public comment? Oh, okay. How are you doing here?
I'm good.
Good. His public comment is that he's doing good. All right. All right, hearing none and seeing none, we will close the public comment and move on to agenda item number 3. Approval of the January 10th, 23 and January 12th, 23 meeting minutes for
So
possible action. Was that you, Cisco?
Yes.
So moved, and we don't need a second, correct?
Correct, sir.
All right, we have a motion for approval. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Hearing none against, the motion moves forward, so bear with me a second here. Okay, moving on to agenda item number 4, authorization for an emergency contract with a current and/or former state employee. And Amy, will you be handling 4 and 5 in the presentation of those?
I can, sir. I can put them together if you'd like.
No, you could do them separately.
Okay. So there's one request under agenda item number 4 pursuant to NRS 333.705 subsection 4. The Secretary of State's office seeks a favorable recommendation regarding the office's determination to use the emergency provision to contract with a former employee to ensure a smooth transition to the new administration resulting from the 2022 election for the Secretary of State through Master Service Agreement number 23928 with Manpower from January 2nd, 2023 through April 30th, 2023 on a part-time basis. Are there any questions on this item?
Any questions from the board members?
None here. Move approval.
We have a motion for approval. Is the Secretary of State able to vote on this item?
That was my exact question, Governor.
The answer.
We have a general counsel coming up.
The Attorney General says yes.
Deputy Attorney General Greg Ott, I believe the SOS is able to vote on it if he chooses.
Okay, we have a motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll abstain. Thank you.
The motion passes. Moving on to agenda item number 5, authorization to contract with a current and/or former state employee. And I believe we have 4 separate items. We'll take those individually. We'll just seek approval along the way since it's not a consent. So go ahead.
Thank you, sir. The first request is from the Department of Administration, Purchasing Division. The department requests authority to contract with a former employee to provide support for the laboratory certification program for the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, Division of Environmental Protection with Marathon Staffing Group from today's date or upon approval of the board to December 31st, 2023 on a part-time basis. Are there any questions on this item?
Any questions?
Motion to approve?
We have a motion, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passes. Agenda item 5B.
The second request is from the Department of Administration, Purchasing Division. The department requests authority to contract with a former employee to train their replacement for the Department of Public Safety with Marathon Staffing Group from March 20, 2023 through April 30th, 2023 on a full-time basis. Are there any questions on this item?
Any questions?
None here. Move approval.
We have a motion for approval. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Agenda item 5C.
This third request is from the Department of Transportation. The department requests authority to contract with a former employee currently employed by Diversified Consulting Services to perform construction office manager duties associated with the Pyramid Highway and I-80 projects. The department intends to contract with the employee on a full-time basis from February 2023 through June 2025. Are there any questions on this item?
No question. Motion to approve?
The motion's presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passes. Agenda item 5D.
This fourth request is also from the Department of Transportation. The department requests authority to contract with a former employee currently employed by Construction Materials Engineers, Inc. to perform engineering technician duties associated with the US 95 and US 50 projects from March 2023 through October 2023. Are there any questions on this item?
None here. Move approval.
Motion to approve?
All right, we have a motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Can we get a verbal from you, Secretary of State?
Aye.
All right. Motion passes. Moving on to, all right, so as a total, agenda item number 5, all 4 aspects pass. So we'll move on to agenda item number 6, approval of proposed leases.
There are 12 leases under agenda item number 6 for approval by the board today. Lease number 4, 6, and 9 are retroactive extensions of an existing lease. Are there any questions on these items?
Bear with me, Amy. Is there any questions by any board members?
No questions. Motion to approve?
None here. Are you ready for motion?
No, I didn't have anything annotated on this one. All right, we have a motion on the table. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passes. Moving on to agenda item number 7, approval of proposed contracts.
There are 20 contracts under agenda item number 7 for the approval by the board today. For the record, I would like to correct wording on contract number 2. The agenda and summary lists the old Las Vegas jail when it should indicate the City of Las Vegas Detention Center located at 3300 Stewart Avenue. Are there any questions on any of these items?
Any questions from the board?
No, none here.
Can I get a motion?
Move approval.
Do we have an approval on the floor? All those in, hold on, just. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, motion passes. Moving on to agenda item number 8, approval of the proposed master service agreements.
There are 18 master service agreements under agenda item 8 for approval today by the board. Are there any questions on these items?
No questions. Motion to approve?
Yeah. She addressed one thing I had. There's a motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Moving on to agenda item 9. Bear with me.
There are 50 contracts over $10,000 and under the $100,000 threshold that were approved by the clerk of the board between December 20th, 2022 through January 18th, 2023. This item is informational. Are there any questions on any of these items?
No questions?
Bear with me. I'm looking for the one last annotation I had. Amy, in our previous discussions, do you recall which contract I had a question on? Because I can't recall if we,
So you had a question on the master service agreement number 6 and the info contract number 12.
number 12. I have a different book with me today, that's why it's not annotated. All right, looks like it was addressed. All right, do we have a motion?
You didn't need one, information. The number.
Oh, yeah, the information one. All right, any other questions by any board members?
No questions?
All right, we're moving on to agenda item number 10, informational report from the Department of Motor Vehicles Complete Streets Program and the Governor's Finance Office Budget Division.
The first report is from the Department of Motor Vehicles Complete Streets Program on the voluntary contributions collected by the counties. Pursuant to NRS 482.185, subsection 2, the Department of Motor Vehicles shall certify monthly to the Board of Examiners the amount of the voluntary contributions collected for each county by the department and its agents, and that the money has been distributed and provided in statute. This submittal reports program activities for the month of December for fiscal year 2023. I do know, sir, that you had requested that going forward, the board, that you would like to see a quarterly report on the list of the projects. So I
Yes,
wanna-
ma'am.
Okay.
Do
Would
we
you
have a
like,
representative here today at all?
is there a representative from DMV here? Yep, coming to the table, sir.
Good morning, this is Bethany Musselman with DMV.
Good morning, Bethany. Do you see an issue with the quarterly report out on this particular item?
I do not, no.
Okay, and what I'll do is direct you to Amy, and we'll identify how we want the report to be presented on a quarterly basis.
Okay, sounds good.
Have some sense of what we're looking for. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Were there any other questions on the first informational report, sir?
None here.
None here. Secretary, any questions?
No questions? Thank you.
Okay, the second report is pursuant to NRS Chapter 353. This report has revisions from the original agenda and will be updated following this meeting on the Budget Division's website. It is an informational item about available balances in the various contingency accounts as of January 31st, 2023. These accounts are managed by either the Board of Examiners or through the Interim Finance Committee and are intended to cover various contingencies through the 2023 through 2025 biennium. I'd be happy to answer any questions from the board that you may have on this item.
Any questions from the board?
No questions?
I'm good. Hearing none, seeing none, moving on. We are to agenda number 11, public comment. Do we see any public comment to the north or the south?
I do not see any here, sir.
You guys are all dressed up and no comment? You don't want to make any comment? Okay, hearing none, seeing none, we will move to adjournment. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
So moved. Very good. He's always quick on that one. All right, we will adjourn. I thank everybody for their participation and their support.
Thank you.
Everybody have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Gov.